Why men are giving up on women. Hey guys, I'm Dylan and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm talking about why men are walking away from relationships. You know, men are not choosing to get married. This number is going up, so it's a growing trend basically. So a lot of men are deciding to kind of, you know, just not consider women at all as part of their life. So basically men are being red-pilled and they're being black-pilled, you know, and yeah, they're going MGTOW, they're sort of going NoFap, they're practicing NoFap, so they're focusing on harnessing their own energy and spirituality. And yeah, no, I'm just going to figure out why that's happening. You know, what's going on? Where's the dynamic? Where's the dynamic change between men and women? Why is this happening now? Like, why is this growing? So firstly, just to let you know, I'm not MGTOW. You know, I'm not, you know, black-pilled. I'm red-pilled, but I'm not black-pilled. The reason I'm red-pilled is because my own experiences. I've had experiences where I've realised that women don't like nice guys. You know, women can't actually respond negatively towards guys that buy her gifts or flowers, or, you know, do these grand gestures, you know, pay for expensive, you know, presents like handbags and freaking like the most expensive shoes like Louboutins, you know, buying her all the drinks all night, and, you know, buying her expensive meals, taking her to expensive restaurants. That in itself is a blue-pilled approach, because you think you're monetary, you know, you're being nice to her, you're buying her stuff, you're making her life better. You think that's going to make her attracted to you. That's not true. What happens is the fact that you're putting all this effort and energy into her, that's going to make her think that you are basically desperate to be with her. You're trying so hard, you know, you're working hard to get her, you know, you're putting all the effort in, all the energy, all the enthusiasm into just one woman. She's going to realise you're doing all of this for her. She's going to know straight away that you don't have any other options. Yeah, that means she's not going to be turned on, because women want a man who has other options. Women want a man who other women want. You know why? Because that signifies high value. Yeah, when a guy hasn't got time for a woman, that's high value. But when a guy's got too much time, then that's low value, because he's trying his hardest to get her, and she's going to realise that. So you can't have the blue-pilled approach. I choose to have the red-pilled approach purely because of my own experiences. But I'm not black-pilled. I'm not MGTOW, because I do date to women. You know, I'm not pursuing women. So this is the way I see it. So to me, women are a supplement or a bonus on my life. If I've got time for it, if I've got time for a woman, let's say a woman's blowing my phone up or showing me really high interest, if I've got the time, then I'll take her out on a date. This is how I date, yeah, because I want the odds to be in my favour. I want a high success rate. If I know someone's interested in me, I've got a high success rate of turning that into something. I could bring her home, I could have a relationship, I could date her again, you know, I could, you know, do you know what I mean? I've got the choice, I've got the control in that situation. Yeah, so someone's interested in me, if I've got the time, I'll go for it. And guess what? Behaving like that, you know, if you've got the time, that actually makes you more attractive to women. You're being elusive. So this is my hierarchy. My hierarchy, the way I look at it, my priority list is my purpose at the top, my fitness, my family, my friends, then women. Or even my hobbies, and then women below that. So women at the bottom. Right? The problem is with a lot of guys at the moment, I've got it flipped to the other way. Their priorities at the top, at the top of it is women. At the bottom is like, you know, fitness or their purpose. They don't know what they're doing in life, but they just know that they want women. They're desperate for women. That's going to turn women off, because you're not elusive enough. You're showing women that you don't get other women. You know, you've got to try hard to get them. You have to have a mentality where you don't try hard to get them. That's the problem. So that's my hierarchy. A lot of guys have it the wrong way around. You have to put women at the bottom, and if you have the time to see them, then you see them. You let them blow your phone up. You let them text you. That's what I do. Let them show you interest. One thing I don't do is I don't go for women that aren't interested in me. I don't waste my time. Alright? That's where guys go wrong. You waste your time pursuing women that are not interested, or are not showing you any, you know, choosing signals or signs that they like you. And then you get frustrated by the lack of results. You know, you're not giving yourself the best odds. You know, you need to have you want a high success rate, not a low success rate. You get a low success rate when you're going for women that are not showing you any interest, that are not encouraged to see you. You know, that's what you have to do. The lack of results. And, you know, the lack of results causes anger, it causes depression, you know, it causes men to walk away from women, you know. So, you know, this pursuing of women that are not, you know, showing you any interest has to stop now, because this simple change will change your mentality, will change your behaviour, it will change your focus in life. Just change the list of priorities. Make your purpose at the top, women at the bottom. Still pursue, still go for women, but make sure they are interested in you. If you've got the time, then you date them. Yeah, that is the best place to come from. You're elusive, you've got things going on, you're busy. You know, you don't need to rely on women to make you happy. You've got other things. A true masculine male doesn't need women to make him happy. He's happy to be alone. A true masculine male, an alpha male, is happy to be alone. You know, and if a woman comes along, great. But other than that, I'm fine. Alright? So, yeah, so that will only cause you problems if you keep pursuing women that are not showing you interest. You know, you have to kind of go for women that do show you interest. Alright? And then you're going to ask me, yeah, but at the moment, you know, the women that show me interest, they're not that attractive. Well, you have to go with what you have to kind of experience things at your own pace. You have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. Remember, it's the same thing, you know. If you go past a car dealership or a showroom, and then, you know, you see a Lamborghini there, and you're thinking, wow, I really want that car. You're not in the position to get that car yet, because you don't have the value to buy the car. You're not valuable enough yourself to be in a position to buy the car, because that might be 200,000 to buy it. Yeah, but you're not in a position to buy it right now. You could work towards it, but right now you can't get it. So you have to buy a Fiesta or a Volkswagen Golf instead, which is 10 years old, because that's what you can get at the moment. So you have to start somewhere. You can't go straight in to get the Lamborghini. You have to start with the Fiesta or the Golf, which is 10, 15 years old, because that's where you are at the moment. Same thing with women. Yeah, so if you're, for example, looking at women and say, no, but I'm not attracted to her, you have to go for what you can get. You have to start somewhere. You know, she might not be a Lamborghini, but you've got to start somewhere, because that will get you the busy mentality. If you've got a rotation of average women, you know, going on, you'll start getting the mentality of an alpha male, of a masculine male, because you've got other women, you've got women blowing your phone up. You've got to start somewhere. You've got to realise what your own position is, what your own status is at the moment, and go with what you can. Over time, when you get on your purpose and you start being successful, the quality of women will go up. Same as the quality of vehicle will go up. The quality of the car will go up. Then you might start, you know, you might buy a Mercedes next. Then you might buy a Porsche. Then you might buy, you know, something even better, and that's the Martin. It just goes up. The quality of women goes up along with your own success. So basically, yeah, that is the analogy when it comes to going for women that are attracted to you at the moment. Yeah, that is what you have to, that's how you have to think. You need an abundance mindset. You know, you dating multiple women, even if they're not that attractive, you have to go with what you're equal right at that moment. So if you're not that successful, then you're not going to get the most beautiful women, but you'll get the high value mindset of a rotation, of an abundance in your life. You know, you'll have so many people talking to you, you're going to kind of get that mentality of an alpha male. Well, wow, look, everyone wants my time. And then that will encourage you. Then you start getting better in your career and your purpose and things like that. So, yeah, that is one point that I wanted to make about that. In terms of the other stuff, you know, which is making men give up on women, is the fact that, you know, years and years ago, every man had access to a woman. Yeah, there were plenty of women available to men and vice versa. And, you know, that's just how it was. There was men and women to go around. There was no shortage of women, there's no shortage of men. So now in the modern world, it's become an uneven balance. It's not a level playing field anymore. Because if you look at it, there are way more beautiful women than there are guys driving Ferraris. Okay, pretty much every billionaire that you see is with a supermodel. Yeah, that's just a given. That's the trade-off. Yeah, that's the trade-off. A beautiful woman for a successful man. Yeah, that is the trade-off in the modern world. Yeah, women that are beautiful are not gonna settle for anything less than a hyper successful man. All right. The problem is there are not enough high-value men to go around. Because remember, how many guys do you see drive on the street driving Ferraris, And how many beautiful women do you see? There's loads. You go to the supermarket, you go to the shop, you travel on the train, you go to a clothes shop, you go to the gym. Everywhere you go, you see beautiful women. But not everywhere you go, you see guys driving Ferraris. Yeah? So the lack of high value men is causing an issue, because these beautiful women are only going to hold out for the high value men. So that means that these women will wait, and in the meantime they will reject the average or low value men and wait for a high value male. That is what's happening. So all of these guys, these average guys, or they're all getting rejected because these women are holding out and they feel entitled to go for a high value male, because that is the modern trade-off. Yeah, back in the day, it wasn't like that. Back in the day, a woman never used to work. She used to be a housewife. All she needed from a man is to provide her with resources, a roof over her head. He goes to work and earns the money. He pays the bills. He, buys food. He does everything for the kids. He buys all the resources. And the woman's job was just to marry a guy and be his housewife. That is completely flipped, right? So in the modern world, it's different. The women are also high value themselves, and they want someone higher value than them. And the more beautiful the woman is, the more high value the male has to be. But the problem is there's too many beautiful women around, and there's not enough high value men around, because you can see it for yourself. There's a lot of guys that are not doing that great in life, but all the women want them. So the majority of women want a smaller portion of the men. That's the situation. So these women wait for the high value men, and in the meantime, all the low value men or average men that approach them, they just reject them straight away. And this rejection is basically a lot of the guys, just giving up on women, because again, they're not kind of improving their own life. They're just not doing it. They want a shortcut. They want to take a shortcut. They want the reward of the woman, but they don't want to do the work on themselves, to improve themselves, to be able to have the choice of women. All they're doing is running after the same woman, and she's not interested. She wants a high value male. She's not interested in that. So, she feels entitled to a highly successful man. That's the trade-off. So many more men are being rejected as a partner, but women still want these men as their fans or their followers. Because if you look at online, for example, social media, women are happy for guys to follow them and like their photo and boost their self-esteem. They want them as their fans, but they will never date a guy like that, because the guy she dates needs to be better than her. Okay, she's looking for something better, higher up, higher status. And even in online dating, for example, same thing. Average women are getting messaged by hundreds of guys, because guys have got more testosterone. Guys have got 5 times more testosterone than women. That means his libido is higher. They're prepared to do more to get sex. So all these guys are trying to contact the super beautiful women. They're not, obviously the beautiful men are getting too many messages. They're not even noticing it. And then these men are now, because they're prepared to do more to get sex, they're prepared to lower their looks threshold. So they go for a woman who's a 5 or a 6, because they think, oh, it's going to be easier to have sex with her because she's going to be desperate because no one else wants her. Well, all the other guys are doing the same thing. All the other guys are doing the same. They're going for the average woman. The average woman now thinks she's better than what she is. So a 5 out of 10 woman is now rejecting 7 out of 10 men, because now she's got so many options herself. So the problem is low value men have created this problem by doing that. You should always hold out for what you like. And you should always focus on yourself, not actively pursue women. Because now it's come to a point where you're going for women that are not showing you interest. Go for women that do show you interest. But the problem is, online, the women that do show you interest are now even lower than your own looks match. So if you're a 7 and you want to go for another 7 who's a woman who's a 7 out of 10, she's only going to hold out for 9s and 10s now. So you've got to basically go for 4s. That's what's happened. So there's a lot of unhappiness amongst men because they're being rejected. They're now being rejected by women that are lower than them in the looks rankings. So now when men who are 7 out or 8 out of 10 are getting rejected by 5 out of 10s, and this type of behaviour, this sort of entitlement, is making men walk away from women. But look at women though. They're happy to accept money from low value men, but they won't date them. If you look at OnlyFans, that social media where women post pictures of their ass. They sell pictures of their ass for money to low value men who they'll never date, because they feel like they're entitled to high value men, but they're always happy to accept money to all these simps out there that are pleased by mediocre women, because most of these women aren't even that great. They're 5s and 6s out of 10, but because they've got a bit of cleavage showing, they're showing their body off, you know, guys just go crazy. They're just desperate for some action, even if they have to pay for it off a picture of someone's ass. They're doing it. So that's the problem. My sort of formula, so that the priority list you need to follow, okay? Because these are all the reasons why men are getting rejected and men are choosing to give up on women. You want to limit your rejection. You need to go for women that are interested in you. How do you do that? You have to have women as your lowest level of your priority. Women have to be very low on your priority list. Yeah, that is what, if you flip it around, make your purpose at the top, then fitness, then family, then friends, then hobbies, then women. But the main thing is purpose at the top, women at the bottom, and then any of the other ones in any order. That's fine. Try that out, because that will help, you know. And these are the primary reasons why men are giving up on women, because the rejection is so high. You know, they're just not happy with entitled women, which is fair enough, but you need to kind of help yourself as well. You need to stop contributing to the problem yourself as well, because men also contribute to the problem. So you just need to be in a situation where if you have the time, then you go out with a woman. If not, then don't worry about it. That's simply the message you have to train yourself with. You've got to train yourself to do this. I did, it worked for me, and I really want to make sure you guys do the same and improve your own lives. So that was the message for today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and if you feel it adds value to you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and if you have any requests for a video in the future, please leave a comment down below and I'll make a video as soon as I can, and I shall see you soon.